We've all got sad mullet stories that have taken place today trying to catch these elusive fish. And I'm going to let David tell us his first sad mullet story.
Thank you for the opportunity to relive it.
You're welcome.
I was nearly over it, but maybe not. So Tom and I come down early, we walked down the beach, we saw a couple of fish, we started to cast, we worked our way up into the corner, and there was a lot of mullet showing, wasn't there? And we started to get a couple of little plucks, and it just stripping, and it went tight, and I thought, oh, what's going on here? The rod was bending, all the line went from my feet, the reel started to turn back. I thought, yeah, we're on. Tom, we're on.
Tom was ready with the
I'm
net.
on. It just kept running. Oh, we're not on anymore. And then I was ready to go home. I was absolutely gutted. Having caught one before and know what's going to happen, just lose it is.
I feel like this
disaster.
is a bit of a counselling session. Trevor, tell us your sad mullet story.
Well, very, very similar. We Bob and I followed Tom down at the beach, and they saw the fish, and then they sort of got in and started fishing. We said, well, we'll move up a little bit more, and started fishing. And I hooked into my first ever golden grey, and it was on there for about a minute and a half. Nice bend in the rod, and I thought, yes, this is well hooked, and then it isn't.
And Tom?
I had a brief mullet encounter, not as good as Dave's actually, but it was within about 5 minutes of Dave's one. So again, I was stripping it back, briefly hooked into a fish, bang, bang, and it just came off. A couple knocks in the rod and it was off, so that's it.
We keep coming back and having another go. And the reason we're all standing around talking and sharing our sad mullet tales is that now it's high tide, so very little fish activity is happening around us. And what we're hoping for, chaps, is a little bit of action this afternoon. We've got, 3 or 4 hours left to fish here at Church Norton. So with a bit of luck, those sad mullet tales will be transformed into happy stories to share in the bar later on. Well, I can't quite believe what's happened. I've just jumped in to fish with Tom and David, and you heard our sad mullet stories. I've seen a couple of fish move, cast the flies to them, and I've hooked up. Now, I'm very well aware that this battle is far from over, and this is a big fish, let me tell you, in very shallow water, and my heart is absolutely pounding. And I can see this fish coming up in the breakers, and I'm just going to start to move towards it because I think it might be beaten. It's on the top. It's on the top. Oh, it's gone again. Gone again. Unbelievable. I thought that fish was in the net for all money. And it's just turned and had another run. These fish never give up, you know, this is the most extraordinary experience. Look at this go, look at my reel spinning. They've got so much power in this shallow water. Oh, it's miles away again. You know, this is so hard. The experience of doing this in these breakers, in this beautiful water here at Church Norton, surrounded by your mates, who've gone the journey with you. You know, we've all suffered, haven't we, guys? We all know. And it's not in the net yet. Now, last week, with Colin, I lost a big fish after playing it for 15 minutes, which I don't think I'll ever get over. So I know that this fish is not yet beaten. My arm's starting to ache, I have to tell you. This is a hell of a fight, and again I think this fish is going to run again. It's going into the really shallow stuff, which I don't want. There he is. Oh. Come on. 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 It's in the net. Oh my God, it's in the net. Oh my God. I've got one. Oh, that's a huge mullet. Wow!
You want a drink? You can go home now.
Well done, mate.
Look at that!
That is huge. Is that going to fit in there?
Look at this fantastic creature. He's taken the spectra shrimp, nailed it. Look at that. Oh, wow. That's a £5 fish, isn't it? I have to tell you, I'm shaking like a leaf at this point because this has been a hell of a journey trying to catch this fish, and this is a really special creature. And it's what this event's all about, this and the bass. Now, I have to tell you, this event is about measures, not weights of fish. And this fish is so big, it doesn't fit in the gauge. Put his nose right to the end. This is a thick-lipped mullet, and you can clearly see the tail protrudes from the end of the gauge. David, you reckon 3 centimetres? Yeah. So that's a 53 centimetre thick-lipped mullet. I'm just going to pop him back in the net to rest him and keep him nice and wet. Well, it's just started chucking it down with rain. I don't care a bit. I'm blown away. And I need to say one thing to one person. Colin McLeod, you put me on mullet fishing a year ago. You've pushed me through, you've shown me the flies, you've shown me the tactics. And this fish, this is much your fish as it is mine. I'm just blown away by it. And I'm just going to show it to you once more before I let it go, because that's an extraordinary experience. This is really well rested in the net. Isn't that just the most stunning creature? Well, look, he wants to go already. Go on, fella. Go on. Just the most perfect piece of angling I think I've ever experienced. There's nothing else to say, really.